Kei Nishikori rallied from one set down to beat Pierre Hugues Herbert 3-6, 6-1, 6-4 after 2 hours and 11 minutes in his debut at the AMRO World Tennis Tournament in Rotterdam. Herbert got the first break at 15 after saving 4 break points in a 13-minute 7th game. The Frenchman won 8 of the next 10 points to claim the opening set 6-3. Nishikori did not convert 2 break points in a 15-minute second game of the second set. Nishikori claimed his first break on his second opportunity in the fourth game to take a 3-2-1 lead. The Japanese player reeled off 5 consecutive games from 1-1 to cruise through to winning the second set 6-1. Nishikori broke serve in the third game to take a 2-1 lead with 2 consecutive forehand winners and closed out the match at deuce with a backhand unforced error from Herbert after saving 3 break points. Nishikori now leads 2-0 in his head-to-head matches against Herbert and has extended his win-loss record to 9-1 this season. It was not easy, as he was playing good tennis and serving well. I had a little bit of trouble with my return game and I could not convert the important points. I just tried to play steady, as I wasn't playing bad, and I tried to stay aggressive, said Nishikori. Gael Monfils beat 2017 finalist David Goffin 7-6, 7-5, 7-5 after 1 hour and 46 minutes in a clash between 2 former Rotterdam finalists. Goffin went up a break in the first and ninth games of the first set, but Monfils broke straight back twice to draw level to 5-5 before winning the tiebreak 7-5. Goffin broke serve in the fourth game to open up a 4-1 lead in the second set, but Monfils recovered by winning 6 of the next 7 games with 2 breaks of serve in the 7th and 11th games to clinch the second set 7-5. Monfils will face this year's Sydney finalist Andreas Seppi. The Frenchman leads 3-2 in his head-to-head matches against the Italian veteran, who claimed the win in their past 2 head-to-head matches. Dutchman Talon Griekspoor stunned Karen Khachanov 3-6, 6-3, 6-2. Khachanov earned his break point in the second game to claim the first set 6-3. Griekspoor converted his third breakpoint chance in the second game to win the second set 6-3. Griekspoor went up a double break in the first and third game to build up a 4-0 lead. Khachanov saved 2 break points in the 7th game to hold it deuce for 5-2, as he was serving to stay in the match. Griekspoor served out the win on his first match in the 8th game. Griekspoor will take on either this year's Montpellier champion Jo Wilfried Tsonga or Italy's Thomas Fabiano. "It's unbelievable. It's so nice to play in this court. The evening matches are amazing," said Griekspoor. Ernest Gulbis beat Marius Kopel 6-2, 6-4. Both players did not qualify for the main draw, but they had a second chance to play in Rotterdam as lucky losers. Gulbis dropped just 7 points in 9 service games and never faced a break point. Gulbis converted 3 of his 12 break points. The Latvian player claimed the first break in the fourth game of the opening set, when Kopel made a forehand error. Kopel dropped his serve, as he was serving to stay in the set at 2-5. Kopel saved 3 match points at 4-5 before Gulbis closed out the match with a forehand down-the-line winner. Gulbis will face Nishikori in the second round. Fernando Verdasco beat Matthew Edben 7-5, 6-4 in 86 minutes to secure his spot in the second round, where he will face either Sofia champion Daniil Medvedev or Jeremy Chardy. Stan Wawrinka started his campaign at the AMRO World Tennis Tournament in Rotterdam with a convincing 7-6, 7-4, 6-1 win over Frenchman Benoit Paire. Paire got the first break of the match in the 7th game at 15 to take a 4-3 lead after Wawrinka netted a forehand. Paire earned a set point on return at 5-3 with a volley winner. Wawrinka fended it off with an ace at 30-40. The Swiss player saved 2 set points before breaking back in the 10th game after a drop shot error from Pierre Hugues earned 4 set points at 6-2 in the tiebreak and closed it out 7-4 on his third chance after a backhand error from Pierre. Hugues got 3 consecutive breaks to reel off 6 consecutive games in the third set. Stan the Man hit a backhand down the line winner in the third game. He got another break with a forehand to open up a 4-1 lead. Pierre made a volley error to drop his serve when he was serving to stay in the match at 1-5. Hugues will face either Milos Raonic or Philipp Kohlschreiber in the second round. Hugues won the Rotterdam title in 2015, beating Tomas Berdych in the final. It was difficult to play against a good friend and we played some good shots. Winning the first set was the key and I played with confidence in the second set. Being back in Rotterdam is great. There is a great atmosphere and tournament director Richard Krajicek is doing a great job to keep improving the tournament, said Hugues. Nicolas Basilashvili came back from a set and a breakdown and in his 4-6, 7-6, 7-2-1, 6-2 win over Hyeon Chung after 2 hours and 17 minutes. Chung saved 2 break points to hold serve at deuce in the second game, but he was broken in another deuce game to trail 1-3. Chung earned 2 breaks in the 7th and 9th games and held serve at love in the 10th game to win the first set 6-4. Chung went up a set and break in the first game of the second set. Basilashvili broke back in the 4th game to draw level to 2-2, when Chung netted an easy backhand. Basilashvili broke again to take a 5-3 lead, but Chung broke straight back, when Basilashvili made a volley error at the net. Basilashvili cruised through to winning the tie-break 7-1, sending the match to the third set. Chung won just 4 points on return in the third set. Basilashvili converted his 4th breakpoint chance in the third game, when Chung sent his backhand long. The Georgian player went up a double break at 30 in the 5th game to build up a 4-1 lead after a loose backhand from Chung. Basilashvili closed it out on his first match point with a service winner to secure his spot in the second round, where he will face either Martin Fucsovics or Martin Klazan. Andreas Seppi has become the first player to reach the second round at the 46th edition of the ABN AMRO World Tennis Tournament in Rotterdam after beating Peter Gojowczyk 7-6, 7-3, 3-6, 6-2 after 2 hours. Gojowczyk saved the first break point in the first game to hold his serve for 1-0. The German went up 15-40 on return, earning 2 break points in the 8th game, but Seppi saved both chances to draw level to 4-4. Seppi got the first break of the match at 15 in the 11th game to take a 6-5 lead, but Gojowczyk converted his second break-back point chance to draw level to 6-6, sending the first to the tie-break. Seppi earned a mini-break for 3-2 after a double fault from Gojowczyk en route to winning the tie-break 7-3. The second set started with 3 consecutive breaks. Gojowczyk was the first to hold his serve in the 4th game and opened a 3-1 lead. The German player held his next games and sealed the second set with a double break in the 9th game to close out the second set 6-3. Seppi bounced back in the third set by breaking serve twice in the first and third games to build up a 3-0 lead. The Italian veteran player never looked back in his next service games to close out the third set 6-2. My service was the deciding factor in the third set. He is a tough and quick opponent. I keep good memories of this tournament in Rotterdam where I beat Lleyton Hewitt and Rafael Nadal in the past, said Seppi in the post-match interview. Seppi will face either Gael Monfils or David Goffin in the second round. Mikhail Kukushkin beat Dutchman Robin Haas 6-2, 7-6, 7-4. The Kazakh player earned 2 breaks in the first and 5th games to win the first set 6-2. Kukushkin saved a break point to hold his serve after 2 deuces in the 6th game for 3-3. Haas had to fend off 5 break points in the 11th game to take a 6-5 lead. Haas held his serve at 15 for 6-6 to send the second set to the tie-break. Kukushkin sealed the tie-break 7-4 on her first match point. The 25-year-old had never won a main draw match on the ATP World Tour coming into the tournament. Juan Ignacio Londero, image via ubatennis.es. Argentine wildcard Juan Ignacio Londero has capped off his fairy tale journey at the Cordoba Open by stunning Guido Pella 3-6, 7-5, 6-1, to win the title. The 25-year-old had never won a main draw match on the ATP World Tour prior to the tournament and only managed to enter into the draw with the help of a wildcard. The run to the final saw Londero not drop a set en route as he scored wins over Nicolas Jarry and Federico Del Bonis. In Sunday's final, Londero battled from behind against Pella, who was ranked 53 places higher than him in the ATP rankings. Claiming an impressive 87% of the points behind his first serve and blasting 9 aces past his opponent. Londero was trailing the match by a set and 4-2, but won 12 out of the last 13 games played in the final. He has become the first man to win his maiden title in the same tournament, where he won his first main draw match since Steve Darcy back in 2007. I'm not going to lie, I did not expect it. I always hoped to be top 100 and win in a ATP tournament, I never imagined it. I knew I could have good results but not all of this, Londero told reporters afterwards. It's very crazy what has been happening to me since the beginning of 2018. 2 and 3 titles minus 2 challenger and an ATP. The truth, it is incredible. https://twitter.com/tennistv/status/109475751080640514 Londero, who said his idol was David Nalbandian growing up, only broke into the world's top 150 last July. As a result of his latest win, the Argentine has broken into the top 100 for the first time this week at 69th in the world. He is now the 6th highest-ranked player in his country. Should he maintain his position in the coming months, Londero will secure a place in the main draw of a Grand Slam for the first time at the French Open. Besides winning his maiden ATP title, Londero exits Cordoba with prize money earnings of $90,990. This equates to roughly 30% of his career earnings prior to the start of the tournament.